Hey students, how are you? My name is Ryan Bradshaw, and I'm going to be your instructor for this semester. I wanted to make this brief video so that you have some information that I think you need in order to be successful. And what I'm going to do over the next 10 or 15 minutes is just go through a course shell, and this is applicable for any class that you might be taking from me with a few little variances, but for the most part, a lot of this information is general and important for you to be successful. And so when you log into your Moodle, you'll see several different courses. These are the classes that you've registered for. If you don't see a class that you registered for in Moodle yet, and it is a seated class, don't worry. Your instructor's probably not made that visible yet because that is a supplemental Moodle shell. If you log in and you've registered for a hybrid or an online class and you don't see that class shell, email your advisor and let them know, hey, I registered for this course, it's an online or hybrid, and I don't see the course shell, and just find out what's going on with that. Because the hybrid and the online classes should be visible at this point. Okay, so when we go into a course shell, if you've been a student before, you'll notice that Moodle looks a little different. That's okay. Don't be alarmed or have anxiety about the changes in Moodle. I'm going to kind of scroll through and show you some of the changes and point to some of the information that you need to take a look at. And so, on the first page of any Moodle page, you're going to have an introduction, and this is where we just kind of welcome you to the classroom. And then, most importantly, below that, for online and hybrid classes, you should see an enrollment verification quiz. This is a 10-question quiz that is vitally important for you to take it and to remain in the course. If you don't take it within a timely measure, you'll be dropped from the course. And there's no exceptions to that, so you need to go ahead and take it today or tomorrow and go ahead and get that off your plate. If you don't take it within that short window, your instructor will start reaching out to you and asking you to make sure you do it. And then after a very short window, the door will close and you won't be able to remain in the course. You'll be dropped from the course. And we say this not to intimidate you, but there's a reason why we have these rules in place, and it mainly comes back to financial aid and compliance that we have to have in order to keep students in the course. So, very important, and I'll be able to stress this multiple times in the coming week. Please do your enrollment verification quiz ASAP. And then, below that, you will see a syllabus and a course schedule. Both of these documents are very important. In some of the other classes I teach, the syllabus may be located in the side menu over here under course documents. That's okay. There's most of the courses I teach have the same format, but some of them were designed by other instructors, and so some of the information is just in a different menu. That's okay though. So if you don't see the syllabus and course schedule directly on the front page, look into the side menu, and there probably is a tab that will indicate where that syllabus and schedule is. So, also another note, you may or may not be able to see the syllabus or course schedule until you complete the enrollment verification quiz. So make sure you do that quiz ASAP. But once you get access to the syllabus and course schedule, I'm just going to click on this syllabus as an example. And most syllabi have a standard and similar format. You're going to see your course title, the semester, when and where that course meets. If it's an online class, of course, it's not going to have a physical meeting spot or time, but provide some overview information. And then you get into the instructor information, my information, my name, my location. I'm on the first floor of the Spruce building, the office number, my office hours, which are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11, Tuesday and Thursday, 9 to 9:50, or 9 to 10, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then my email. Email is the absolute best way to reach me. If you send me an email, I'm going to get it same day, and I'm going to respond to you within probably 12 hours or less. If it's a weekend, if it's a Saturday or Sunday, and it's not pressing, I might wait till Monday morning, because I do get quite a bit of email. I get probably 100 plus emails a day. So, like I said, if it's pressing or something that I know you're anxious about, I'll probably email you back relatively quickly just to let you know. Don't fret, we can fix it. But if it's not pressing, it's just something that I can address on Monday, I might just send you back an email and say I'll look at this on Monday morning, if it's a weekend. And so once email, just when you send me an email, just ask that you be brief and specific as to what you want me to look at, and also include your course number. So I get a ton of students that'll email me, and I have 9 courses this semester. They're not all running at the same time, but I might have 2 or 3 sections of Principles of Management, for example. And so if you say, hey, I'm in your Principles of Management class, well, I have 50 to 100 students across 3 different sections. So which one? So that just makes it easier for me if you say I'm in Principles of Management, the 01 section, and you can identify that right here in your syllabus, which specific course number that is. All right, as you go through the syllabus, there's some other good information: the institutional learning outcomes, the program learning outcomes, the course learning outcomes. And so we get down to the textbook. We are working really hard to eliminate textbooks as far as from a cost perspective for our students. For my classes this semester, the only textbook I think that has to be purchased through Cengage Unlimited is Business Law 2. If you're in Business Law 2, that class, we have not converted that to a free ebook yet, or a free open education resource. So that is the only book I believe that is mandatory to be purchased in my course offerings. And the reason why we're doing this is strictly to help our students. There's a lot of good free content. We're using a company called OpenStax, or organization called OpenStax, which provides open education resources in the form of free textbooks, and several classes, including this class, uses open education resources. This is the business principles of management class. So anyway, continue through the syllabi or the syllabus. This, like all my classes, is on a 10-point grading scale, and you can see 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B. And my just encouragement for you is to do the work. That is probably the most important factor in being successful in my classes. I see students that will be inconsistent with the work. They might turn in work one week, or they might turn in work every week, but they miss one assignment. And so if you do really good work, and let's say that you have 2 assignments, and you do, both of them one week, you only do one the next week, well, right there, even if you get 100 on the other 3, you're already at a 75 average for those 2 weeks worth of assignments. So it's important that you do the work and give your best effort. Don't plagiarize. It's easier. It's just easier to be honest and have integrity and do the work yourself, because you're here to learn. You're here to get something from this experience. And you may not think that knowledge is valuable now. You may be here just to get a degree. Some of you may not. Some of you may appreciate the knowledge. But I promise you, as you grow and experience things in life, that knowledge is so valuable, because it can help you understand situations and dilemmas, and it can help you navigate professional decisions and personal decisions. I think that studying business is universally applicable to any organization you want to work for, and it helps you in your personal life, understanding finance and how to make good decisions. So, all right. And so, continuing through the syllabus, we do have a no late assignment policy. And the reason for that is partly to promote professionalism. If you have a job that requires you to be on time, most jobs do, we want you to be on time with your work. And know that we put out due dates, and we put out information in advance so you can get your work turned in and on time. Continuing through the syllabus, there's a lot of other good information. Students with disability, if you have an issue with that, there's some links for that. It talks about academic integrity, being truthful and doing your own work. Talks about non-discriminatory statement. I'll say this on that note: I'm here to support you. I'm here to be your advocate and work with you. I can't do the work for you, but I'm here to help you be successful. And so I'm never going to come at you in any way that is offensive, or any way that is meant to be abrasive. I'm here to support you. You're the reason why I'm here, and I want you to be successful. And so just know that going in. And I like to have a open, honest, and informative academic environments. And so I hope you get something out of this experience, because I think there's some good things we're going to do this semester. Attendance is important. If you're in an online class, you need to be doing work on a weekly basis, or at least show me that you're consistently doing work on a weekly basis, because if you get to a 14-day period and you haven't turned in any work, you're in the quote-unquote red zone at that point, and I could drop you without question just because there's been no work turned in 2 weeks. I don't like to drop students unless I have to. That being said, I will drop students, because if you get to that window and I haven't dropped you, then my name goes on a report and I'm responsible for not taking care of that drop timely. And all this does tie back to financial aid. So there's a reason why we do that. It's not to be punitive. It's not to be ugly. It's for business reasons. That's why we keep up with those drops. All right. If you have any questions about the attendance policy or anything, let me know. But if you're doing your work on a weekly basis and you're showing up to class, if it's a seated class, which we will talk about the attendance policy in there, you should be okay. And there's just some differentiators in there. It talks about seated, hybrid, and online classes. Campus safety, good information here. Our goal is to have a safe academic environment for you to feel like you have no reservations about being on campus. And this is a safe campus. If you have any more specific questions about that, you can let me know. Okay, so that's a brief recap through the syllabus. I encourage you to print that out, look through it, retain it, read it, because that is your contract with the instructor and the institution for the course. The next thing under that is the assignment calendar. And this is going to be different for each class, but each class is going to have an assignment calendar. And I identify what's due and when in advance. So today is Thursday the 15th of August, and you can see fall classes begin. And I've actually got a due date on the enrollment verification quiz, and I've got a due date for Chapter 1. And so I do that for each of the classes that I offer, so you can have a full understanding of what's due and when. And I actually will send this out again on a weekly basis just to let you know what assignments are coming up. Okay, so that's a kind of a brief recap of a course shell. From there, you'll start going through these tabs and getting into week 1, for example, in this course. You'll see there's some reading and there's a couple of assignments. And so each course is a little different. If you are in the Business Law 2, we will be using MindTap in that course. And that course is going to have its work take place outside of Moodle. And I'll probably be making some additional videos over the next few days to go through that. But for the most part, all the other work for every other class is going to be inside of Moodle, with the exception of Business Law 2, as I just said. Okay, this has been a brief walkthrough on what you need to do to get started. And I probably will make a few more videos, like I said, to walk you through what to do, help you be successful. I'll say this too. If you're in an online class, if you're in any class and you're going to do some work online and you see something that you feel is an error, like if you see a date that's incorrect or a question that's incorrect, let me know. Go ahead and shoot me an email. It's real simple, and I'll take a look at it, because there's probably, with building these courses in Moodle, there could be easily 500 to 1,000 data points that I have to manipulate or change. Like August, changing the due date to August 23rd at a certain time. And so for each one of those assignments, there's easily 12 to 15 data points that I have to change for each individual assignment. And so there's a likely chance that there might be an error on one of those dates or something. If you see a date that's different from the course schedule date, just shoot me an email and I'll get that corrected for you, okay? I appreciate your attention. I look forward to working with you. I wish you great success this semester. It's really about attitude and your work effort. If you put forth the great work and you have a great attitude, we're going to have a great semester. I appreciate you, and I look forward to talking to you. Have a great week.